Uh-oh. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Monday night Community Aquarium live stream. Get your questions ready. We are talking about community aquariums always because community aquariums are the best. If you have big fish, predator fish, whatever, so you can still ask your questions. I probably won't know them because I have zero experience with them, but there are people in chat. And remember about your medical questions, I'm not a veterinarian. Anything I say is just going to be strictly anecdotal and based on my real world experience. So, if you don't like my answer, tough. I'm not a veterinarian. Also, live fish. Click that link. Dan's Fish pinned in the chat if you want to buy some awesome live fish while you still can. Click that link in the pinned comment and check it out. Lots of cool rare fish there. Otherwise, I don't think I have any other announcements. Thanks to the members for hanging out for the last hour. We did our members only stream an hour before this one, so we are all jazzed up and ready to go already. It's water change night, says Tuger. Awesome. Good evening, all from New York City. Unholy Orders, hello. We're gonna give the typical few minutes for people to roll on in here, and then we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. That is fish related, of course. Alice, hello. Twin Cities Guppies. I'm jealous of Jimmy coming out there in a couple weeks. Sounds like a lot of fun. Sad I don't get to tag along, but that's all right. I'll see it in a video. Water change. Audio, video, Gucci fam. Gucci, wait, sorry to hear that, Carol. Uh-oh, what happened, Carol? 2 days without power after a huge ice storm. Lost too many fish, my Boswani pair. Busyness? I don't know what that is. All Panagars didn't make it? That's surprising. All Tetras, tanks got down to 51 degrees. Another reason to go to cold water fish. Or another reason to get a generator. Or backup batteries. I'm actually really surprised that your rainbows and Panagara didn't survive, especially being only 2 days. It sucks. I'm sorry. I apologize that happened. Just a little surprising because they can handle some cold weather abuse, especially the Panagara. The heater went out at the store. They told me it'd be $11,000 to fix it out of my pocket. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you got to pay rent, and you have to fix everything that goes wrong. Isn't that just nice? What do you mean, while you still can? Is Dan disappearing? No. Well, I mean, with this new law coming into effect, possibly, allegedly, the new law that everyone's freaking out about, that's restricting the importation of all wild animals to the U.S. Keyword, wild. A lot of the fish that get imported are not wild. So, Matthew Vargas with the $2 super chat. Yeah, Bob, long time, no speak. How are you, bud? Well, these last 15 minutes have been rough, but I'm back. Here I am, ready to go. What's the new massive plant? It's a philodendron. That's all I know. Just like this is a fern. I don't know what kind of fern. That's all I know. All I do know that this fern was $5, so I couldn't pass it up. The philodendron, this massive philodendron, was only $30, so I cannot pass that up either. What specific kind they are, I'm not enough of a plant nerd to know that, unfortunately. I apologize. Maybe someone will know, but I do not. Let's see. I gotta pop out my chat here, like always. Top chat to live chat. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Audra, good to see you again. I feel like it's been forever. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be kind of an impossible question to answer. How old are mollies when you buy them from a pet store? I bought about 11 a year ago and I have one left. No other fish are dying and they all seem healthy. Water is perfect and hard. There's really no way to know. If you're buying adults from the pet store, there's really no way to know. Typically, like older fish, like their grandparents, they've got all kinds of family that they've already littered. They look they look rode hard and put away wet, if that makes any sense. They got some raggedy fins. Like, they just look old. But as far as how old they are, it's going to be different everywhere and every time you buy them. I could buy some from a wholesaler this week and they're 4 months old. I could buy some next week and they're 2 years old. It's just completely random. Mark wants to know if anyone got that 60-gallon tank yet. I'm kind of curious too. I was at Petco yesterday and I was eyeballing that 60-gallon tank again, and I might have to make room for it. So I'm tearing down my fish room again and starting over again, and I might have to make room for it, but I don't know. It's such a fun looking size though. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat says, my heater died. Do you have any recommendations? Also hit the like. Yeah, hit the like. Hit the like button. Do I have any recommendations? I recommend not using a heater because they all suck. But there are a few decent ones. I use the Fluval. I don't even know what it is, but it's the one with the LED screen on it. Philodendron Lickety Split. Is that the real name? I feel like you're trolling me. Lickety Split. Lickety Split. I mean, I hope that's the name because that would be an awesome name. Bob, I know you're enjoying these Winter Olympics, especially the curling. Says no one ever. I didn't even know they were going on right now. Had the Rona all week. Finally get to go back to work tomorrow. Let me get the exact model number. These dogs, I swear. It is the E series with LCD display. Those are the ones I'm currently using. I have a lot of Eheim ones that are like 20 years old that never die. You know, if you have, if you can find some older ones, I guess. Not trolling. It really is Lickety Split. That is an awesome name. Had the Rona all week. Finally get to go back to work tomorrow. That's good, I think. Good question. I need a heater too. I just really like the LCD readout. I have yet to have one fail, which is nice. I like that it's has the plastic guard on it, so you can't accidentally smash it. But again, they're kind of spendy, but kind of cool. Like, the cool factor is definitely there. It's definitely there. Some of the rainbows made it. I had a small generator on a couple circuits. My 90 was not on it. I was going to get a Generac this year, but some other expenses came up. That's rough. I think we've all been there. Kelly Ready 37 says, hey, I made it to a live. Lily is here. Hello, Lily. Is it better to do small water change every day or to do a couple big water changes a week? I have a 100-gallon bare bottom Discus tank. I would do as little water changes as possible. And would I do small or large? I would rather do one large one than lots of small ones. But again, a lot of people say like Discus are super sensitive. I haven't found that to be true. I think most of them are so far down the line of captive bred lineage that it doesn't really matter anymore. But I know I am someone who doesn't want to do water changes every single day, so I would do one larger one a week. K-Stu says that bill better not pass. I'm gonna be freaking angry. Did you know the government makes $5 trillion a year off tax revenue? Yeah. Hey Bob, I got 10 cherry shrimp and 3 mono shrimp, and 3 cherries died and 1 mono, but my other fish and water parameters were good. Have you tested for like iron? Not iron. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Copper. I would test for copper. I think you can get like a copper test kit on just Amazon. They're not very expensive. Dean's zebra story with his zebra plecos. What a nightmare. No way. And if you do heaters, my advice is heaters is always go smaller. Not bigger is not better when it comes to heaters. I would rather have a 50 watt heater on 24 hours a day than a 12 or a 100 watt heater on 12 hours a day, or a 200 watt heater on 4 hours a day. You see where I'm going with this? 6 hours a day, whatever. Because if a 200 watt heater gets stuck on, it's gonna fry your fish. If a 50 watt heater gets stuck on, it's not gonna matter. Now, if you put it in a 5-gallon tank, it's gonna matter. But the moral of the story is I would always go smaller than what is recommended. Steen, I'm searching for a yellowfish to complete my tank. I have 55 stock with bows, electric blue acara, firemouth cichlids, and blood parrots. I want the vibrancy of an African yellow lab. I don't know that you're going to get that out of African cichlids. Like out of going away from African cichlids. You might have to do yellow labs, which would be a very weird combination. But it would probably work. Anything that's going to be yellow, well, you might try like a Herbert axelrodi, but I don't know. You have a lot of angry fish there, like a firemouth cichlid and a blood parrot. They're not going to, yeah, I think you're going to have to go African cichlid like yellow lab. Like I said, you could try yellow rainbow, but I don't know, it might not end well. Fish Tank Barn with a $3 super chat. What's going on, Mike? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. And Leo209 Aquatics says, what's your go-to bottom dweller? Probably, well, it depends. So it's always going to be a Corydora, in any species of Corydora. Pandagara would be another one. Bristlenose plecos, if you want something that's not going to be very active. But generally, it's always going to be Corydoras. They're just super awesome fish. I'm looking at Discus for my 75 lately. Seeing an assorted 5-pack for 110 don't seem too bad. And I think they go for about, well, here you can get some smaller ones for about $20 a piece. So yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. And thank you, Leo, for the $5 super chat. I hope those were some good recommendations for you. If you've never had Pandagara, I would highly suggest getting some because they are super rad. Thunder Aquatics, hey, what's going on, buddy? Tuger says, was in PetSmart earlier grabbing some rosy reds for crappie fishing, and their tanks were super bare. I mean, there's definitely some supply chain issues right now, all across the board, pet industry, all industries. Yellow labs should work. Yeah, I think yellow labs could probably hold their own against the other fish that are in there. Bob, you have more plants every week. You have no idea. I've got so many plants in my fish room, like I can't even see the tanks. It's that bad. They're all stacked up. But there is a method to my madness. I do have this all like visually mapped out in my head. Whether I can turn that into a reality, I don't know. It remains to be seen. I don't know if I have that skill set. But I do have like the new fish room like totally envisioned and what it's going to look like. And it's probably just going to turn out to be a disaster, but I don't know. Hopes are high right now. Are you still getting the 200 Corys? I haven't heard. This would be a terrible time to get them anyway, so that's why I haven't really asked. As I'm breaking down all my tanks again. But I'm sure if I asked, probably. But like, I'm in no hurry. Okay, now I'm eating my pizza with you. Be with you momentarily. I hope you brought enough for everyone. There's 116 people here. And how many likes do we have? Hit that like button. Oh, I got rid of that screen, so I can't even see. Well, all right. Hey, Bob. Wow, your plant collection is growing. Looking nice. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Yep. I'm going back to the plant store on Thursday or Friday. So, I was going through and looking at some of, going through my bills today, and my credit card had like a negative $150 balance on it, and I was like, ooh, I am going to go buy some more plants because I apparently have free money, and that's what I'm going to go do. My koi angels laid some eggs last night. Got them in the hatchery. Zach, awesome. Koi angels are probably my favorite angelfish. Like a good red koi angelfish. I love them. Probably the only angelfish I love. I'm not a big angelfish person. Xanadudu, hey Bob and fish fam friends. Happy Monday and cheers. Good to see you, my friend. My Philodendron Brazil is better than yours. I don't even know that I have one of those, but okay. Bob's fish room is gonna look like Danny's. Kind of, but it will be different. It will be different. You'll get to see updates of it because you're a member. Like behind the scenes stuff, anyways. What's your go-to plant shop? Flower World, by far. It's in Snohomish, I think. I don't know. But it's freaking huge and it's cheap. There's also a local nursery to me that has like a 50% off section, which is where I got this stuff. Well, not 50% off, but stuff is like middle shelf and closest to the guitar. Isn't that a pothos? Looks like a pothos. I don't know. There's philodendrons in the back there, like little cuttings, which is why they're back there. Feds are going to be checking in on that electric bill of yours with all the plants. I'm really not using that much. My bill is actually lower than when I had all my fish tanks. Do you think a few cherry barbs could live with my sparkling gourami and a 20 long? I think so. I think I might treat myself to some new plants tomorrow, Paul. Where you got to treat yourself. Treat yourself. Not a pothos. Oh, I'm looking at this one. Is this not a pothos? I don't know. I think Flower World is in Maltby. Yeah, I have no idea. I usually just ride with someone because it's all I know is it's far away from me. So if I can carpool with like Jimmy, Jimmy and I have gone twice in the last like 3 weeks. And there's a really good barbecue joint that has really good food. It's philodendron, methinks, but it's super far away, so I could be crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Plus the camera's like not focusing on it. There's probably 20 different species of plants just on this row itself. There's a lot of 4-inch pots, but there's also a lot of 2-inch pots. I love plants too. The ZZ plant, I just came across that one the other day for like the first time. Snake plants, I don't have any snake plants yet. I don't know why. I want to have that many plants too, but my cats chew on them like they're cows, so I have to make sure that all plants in my house are cat safe. Yes, so far, my dogs who eat dirt, of all things, have stayed away from my plants, so I'm thankful for that. I was kind of worried about it. That is a philodendron Brazil for show. You can tell by the dried up sheath at the base of each. I don't know. I'm not trying to argue. I thought it was I thought it was a pothos. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's cool. That's all I care about. Just ride with Jimmy to Twin Cities Guppies, Amy. I would if I could, but it's not a road trip. It's a plane trip. It's a bit far for a road trip. Although they did do that road trip. Corey would have to loan me his travel van, little camper van thing. The two-tone green and lime is a philodendron Brazil. Well, there you go. It's a philodendron. Plants can get addicting for sure. Yeah. I think I could agree with that. Welcome to Steenfott Nursery. No longer, or formerly, Steenfott Aquatics. Just wait till you come in Knoxville in April, Bob. We have some kick-ass food, especially barbecue. We'll see. We'll see if they ever decide to lower the price of plane tickets. The petiole is the stem that connects the leaf to the vine. All right. There you go. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but, you know, when do I ever pronounce words right? It's definitely addicting. Like, I don't know if I'm addicted to plants or addicted to getting good deals. Like, because getting these awesome plants for like $5, I think is just as much of a high as getting the plants themselves and keeping them. Oh, Jacob, sorry, I saw this question a while ago and completely ignored it. Bob, how long do Cryptocorns take to get big after melting? Mine are still tiny, and I need them to crown, and I need the crown above the substrate. Yes, you do. So Cryptocorns are very slow-growing plants. It's you definitely. I couldn't give you a time. There's too many variables, but they're one of the slowest-growing plants in the hobby. Well, that might be a bit extreme. They definitely grow faster than like a Nubius, but they're really slow growing. I mean, it could take months. Really, it could take months. Have you tried to grow peace lily or any other houseplants immersed in your aquarium? If you go back and look, I think 2 videos ago, I have a video called like 125-gallon paludarium or something like that. And there's what I believe to be peace lily, pothos, and something else in that. So take a look at that video, and you'll see it's a 125-gallon tank that's half full, and all those plants are just vining above and below the water all across the aquarium. It's super rad. I also have you're addicted to nurturing stuff, and maybe is it nurturing? Do I need to have a baby? I'll set up an application to anyone who wants to make a baby, and just fill out that application, and we'll see if you're approved, and we can start nurturing some babies. Ginger Grumble with a $5 super chat says, "Please hit the like button." Thank you, I appreciate it. Please do hit the like button. Just wait till they start growing out of control. That's a whole new level of excitement. I imagine it's like aquarium plants when you hit that sweet spot and things just start taking off like crazy. I have a lot of repotting that I already need to do, and I'm starting to learn about the ridiculous cost of pots. Like, of all the things that are expensive, I would have never thought that pots for plants would be so expensive, but I'm gonna have to start making my own. I'm gonna have to get my own clay and my own kiln or whatever those oven things are called, and start making my own. How are the geckos? The geckos are doing well. They're finally starting to figure out what dubia roaches are. So hopefully in the next week or 2, I can stop having to buy crickets. There's one of them. There's one of them that'll eat dubias all the time now, and there's one that's like still kind of hesitant. Like, what is that thing? No baby, get a puppy. I already have too many dogs. Too many dogs. Actually, that's impossible. But I have too many dogs. No, I don't. I have the appropriate amount of dogs for the amount of time I have and space currently. I could see me getting up to like maybe one more after like all my kennels are built. But not till then. I'm not taking another dog. Sadly, I have a black thumb. Man, I just miss these things like every day. Even the ones that say you're not supposed to water, I still just missed them. They seem to be doing all right. The only plants I've killed so far are these stupid baby tears. So this is the only one that hasn't died yet. I probably bought like 4 or 5 pots of those, and they all die except for that one. Check Marketplace for pots on the cheap. Ooh, I'm gonna do that right now. Right now, real quick while I'm thinking about it. That way, you guys have some time to ask some questions. I can come back. Can I just search pot? No. Plant pots. There you go. Delivery method, local pickup. 12-inch ceramic pots, $20. See, that just seems like a lot. And then the clay pots, like, you have to buy trays for the clay pots because you can't use the clay trays because those just leak water. That doesn't make any sense to me. Here's a whole stack of flower pots for $20. All right. I'm going to keep that up. Oh, I can't keep it up because Facebook will make noise. I'll dig more into that later. Jimmy P's Aquarium, what's up? Steenfott Aquatics, have you been putting off a project that you'd like to get finished? I'm asking because I am the king of I'll do it tomorrow. There's certain parts of my project, like getting rid of my fish. I really don't want to get rid of my fish, especially if this new, like, you know how sad I would be if I got rid of my fish to redo my fish room, and then this bill passes, and then I can't buy any more fish. Which is, like, super extreme. Again, it's only wild-caught fish. But still. Tesla Killdozer, love the chat, Bob, and nice plants. I made sure to hit the like button, and thank you for the $5.81 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Careful with marketplace. What if a cheap pot is getting large rocks from the gardening stores and carving them out? Now that's interesting. Very interesting. Be careful buying pot off marketplace. Also just poke holes in the bottom of reused plastic for drainage. So, like I've been using stuff like this. So, like this thing right here. When I'm done with all these cashews, like I'll take a clipping and then use this for that. And just boop, put it in there. I don't know. Sure, it's ghetto, but what do I care? It works. If you're talking about terracotta trays weeping, you can spray them with clear enamel and that will stop that. Just another expense. A cheap pot, oh, we get that one. Just be careful taking in stray plants. Sometimes people give away infested plants. I mean, I've got bugs on my plants already. They're eating holes in my plants. So I got to deal with that. I actually, Kelly, just saw that like terracotta spray the last time I was at the nursery. And I was like, can't they just make it so it doesn't do that? Obviously they can't, but they could coat it. Like, I don't know. If you're selling me something that is like, I don't know. Okay, we'll use this. Because you got to buy them, right? So if you're selling me something that's made to go under this thing to catch liquid, then the thing that's supposed to catch and hold the liquid should not be, like, it should be watertight. You shouldn't be able to leak water through there. Like, I don't know. So to me, it's like they're selling a faulty product. I have to buy a product, and then I have to buy another product to do what the first product is supposed to do in the first place. I don't know. Demonetized. Bob said ghetto. Yep, not allowed to say ghetto anymore. Ghetto. Sorry. I'm not a part of the PC club. I apologize. Gotta watch out for spider mites. Almost killed all my wife's stuff. I think they're just some sort of fly. Because if I start spraying, like, flies will fly out. Like little gnat type things. And there's, I don't know. I've got some, I was talking to Candy, and she told me what to buy that's safe for, like, dogs and cats. And so that's what I have. I just haven't used it yet. BJ Palmer, what's going on? Hey, Bob. Hey, Dream Team. How are y'all doing? Well, check your bro. Heffa stuffs. Do you make them yourself? Check your bro. Heffa stuff. I have no idea what that means. Check your bro. Use your free 5-gallon buckets as pots. The only pots I'm going to buy, like, I'm going to buy a pot for these ones just because they're on the live stream. So, you know, I got to get something better than just a black pot. So I will buy pots for those. Everything else is going to be, like, the cheapest I can find. Spell check. That was a really good spell check. That was a good one. I like it. Will a gourami help keep platies from giving birth? It won't stop them from giving birth, but it'll definitely pick off some of the fry. Probably not all of them, but much of them. Many of them. Some of them. You can get fungus gnats that live on plant soil. They suck. Ooh. There's little tabs you can stick down in the pots to catch gnats also. I think they're dog and cat safe. Ooh, you should send me a link. I'm all for stuff that I don't have to do anything and it works. Anything that's set and forget it, I'm all about that. That's my style. Set and forget it. That's why I don't have a girlfriend. Like my last girlfriend, I just set her over there in the corner, set it and forget it, and then like a year later, I'm like, hey, where'd she go? I don't know. Happy birthday, Bob. Kidding. Hey, Bob. You're about 6 months too soon. Almost to the day, though. Almost to the day. I'm actually getting kind of low on 5-gallon buckets because I've been using them. They're all full of substrate that I've been taking out of tanks that I've been taking down. Happy birthday. That's my joke, sucker. Glazing is better. Just spend the money if you want a natural pot. How was camping this weekend? This weekend, we drove 3 hours to camp 10 minutes away from where I live. So that was pretty awesome. But once we got to a place, it was amazing. No rain. There was actually sun. It was cold. It was like 32 degrees, I believe. Which I don't really care. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun just to hang out with your buddies. Like, I'm never going to complain about that. You're going to talk about Denison barbs? What do you want to know? It's just a fish in the thumbnail. It's this is about community aquariums. So if you want to know about Denison barbs, I'll gladly tell you everything you want to know, my friend. I think we all know that they're super rad. If you have a 75-gallon or larger tank, you should 100% own roseline sharks or the Denison barb. Same fish, if you didn't know. Bob, I found 5 chocolate gouramis for my 33 long with licorice gouramis and my small baroras. They are amazing. Amazing. The baroras. The raspboras. Hey, how many Steenfott Goby? 31. That's how many. Fish Ranch Home. Hello. Good to see you. Will a gourami... Oh, I already got that one. Already got it. Any upcoming trips for the camping channel? Probably going to give it a few days and then maybe start planning for the next one. I know we all had a lot of fun, and I know we all want to do it again. So, yeah, I'm just going to, a couple days. It is a lot. Even though it's just like one night, it's still like, I don't know, you still got to like recover from recovering. Like, you ever go on vacation and come back and be like, okay, I need one more day off, like just to get back into the flow. That's what it's like. Even though it's only one night, it still feels that way. So give it a couple days and then maybe I'll start pestering for the next trip. Sent the link, double checked, and they are non-toxic. Worked great. All right, thank you. I'll check it after the stream. I appreciate it. Bob, have you kept electric blue gobies? Negative. I just got one, and he's so cute and fun to watch. I've never kept electric blue gobies, but I will say gobies in general are super cute and fun to watch. I've only kept about 3 or 4 species of gobies, and I don't think I've ever kept a bad species. Like, they're all super fun. Bob, have you successfully kept Caridina shrimps? Yes, they are in my 125. So in the 2 videos ago that I posted, you can see them. Are they as hard to keep as the internet says? Once they're established to your water, they're just as easy as cherry shrimp. If you already have water that they love, then they're going to be really easy right off the bat. But as far as just like the red crystal and the black crystal shrimp, I have not found them to be any more difficult than cherry shrimp. It takes like the only difference that I find is it takes them longer to get established. Where it's like I can just take cherry shrimp from like Florida and throw them in my Seattle water, and they're already going to town making babies and eating like the second they hit the water. The like red crystal shrimp, it took them a few months, and then they started just breeding like crazy. So technically, are they a little more sensitive? Probably, but I don't think they're as hard as the internet says they are. We have a school of 7 Denison barbs in our 130. Is your 130, is that a 7-foot print, 7-foot footprint? I miss that tank. Those used to be so common. The 130 7-foot tank. They by far provide the entertainment for that tank, and there's a lot of fish. Denison barbs. If you got the room, they get way bigger than people think. So just keep that in mind. You're going to need your 75 or larger. Am I saying the internet lies? Oh, heavens no. Everything on the internet is true. What size Lapis luster sand do I use in my aquariums? The number 2. The number 2. I've bought the number 1 before for shell dwellers, and it worked really well. But generally speaking, number 2. Thank you, Bob. I have my eyes on the tiger. Now, tiger shrimp, yeah, they're, like I said, once they get established, you won't find them hard at all. It might take them some time, and you don't want to do like huge water changes until they get established. So you want to take it easy on them, but just once they get established and adjusted to your water, they'll be easy. Ginger stir fry guy. I go on vacation Friday to go to a hotel for a night because I wrestle on Saturday morning. There you go. Is that it? That's your vacation? Does anyone else miss Christmas? Yes, I do. I miss it like the very next day. I'm like, December 26th. I'm like, is it Christmas again yet? Is it Christmas? What would I stock a 37 long with? First of all, I would be like 37 long. Where is it and how do I get it? Because that sounds amazing. Other than rainbows, a 37 long, I would probably do some like drape fin barbs, some dwarf cories of some sort, any type. Probably put some shrimp in there, definitely shrimp. And I'd probably go with like the LDA 08 pleco, bristlenose pleco, because it's only like 3 inches. Regina Phalanges. Hi everyone, I've been lurking while driving. Hello, welcome. I guess you've been here already, so I don't know, welcome to chat. Who does number 2 work for? What? Is this going to be a joke? I hope it's a joke. Number 1? I don't know. I do not know. Who does number 2 work for? What are the biggest money-saving tips you can give to novice fish keepers? The biggest and most important tip is going to be patience. Patience, patience, patience. A lack of patience will kill your fish. It will kill your plants. It will get you to buy stuff you don't need. The most important thing about this hobby is patience, by far. I know you were looking for some like hacks to make things cheaper, but really, it's patience. It's not setting up a tank and then 2 days later throwing 30 fish in there because the guy at Petco said it was safe. Get your test kit and be patient. That's the best advice I can give you. I know the test kit's $30, and some people think that's a lot of money. You could buy the strips. They're just as reliable for about half that price. But the money you'll save in buying fish over and over and over will make up for the cost of a test kit very quickly. Gold Denison barbs, Congo tetras, rainbows, and a Mubu puffer would make a cool tank. Let's see. Now, this would have to be a very large tank, which would automatically make it cool. But let me read that again. Gold Denison barbs, Congo tetras, rainbows, Mubu puffer would make a cool tank. I agree. Definitely. My baby corridors are starting to get their color. There are so many. The gravel looks like it's moving. That's the fun part. It's like I have a moving bed. A moving bed filter. No, they're just corridors. I feel like the 60 breeder is more appealing for the high-tech plant tank. So what would you look forward to planting in the 60? Well, it depends. If it's a tank that I'm just setting up for enjoyment, then I would do probably stem plants in the back and maybe some micro sword in the front, and maybe some like crypts throughout the middle, like on the sides. But if I'm doing it to grow plants for profit, I would have stem plants from front to back, left to right. I would have that thing packed full of stem plants. The 60 breeder is, man. UPS are living the dream says patience would have saved me about $1,000. Yeah. And not even like from a money aspect, but just think about the time aspect. Think of how many people set up their tanks and then ended up doing water changes all hours of the nights for 7 days in a row because they added fish like the next day. And now they're having to do water changes every single day because they got ammonia spikes and nitrate spikes, and all because the person at Petco said it was okay to do so. Or if they would have just been patient and waited the 4 to 6 weeks. It's weird, and I don't know that I'm right about this analysis at all, but when you go to the salt world, it's like it's just expected. It's like you'll wait 4 to 6 weeks before you add like your first anything, and then it's another 4 to 6 weeks before you add the next step. But for some reason in the freshwater world, it's like get your tank, fill it up, 24 hours later, dump 100 fish in it, and you're good to go. I don't know why it's different like that, but to me it seems that way. Because if you go to the pet store and you're listening to people talk about saltwater tanks, it's like we gotta wait for this, you gotta wait for that, and you gotta wait for the same stuff in freshwater. You gotta wait for the cycle. I just went to pick up a 60-gallon breeder from LFS, but it was in poor condition, so I returned it. Nice tank though, perfect for plants. It looks like a really fun aquascaping plant aquarium. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat says plant fish room fund. Also, please hit the like. I feel like I missed your last one too. Hopefully I didn't, but thank you. I appreciate it. To be honest, well, thank you for being honest. I love Congo Tetras. They're just so big and thick and have a kind of different shape. And their fins are a little bit longer than your average Tetra, which is kind of cool. Patience, I'm an impulse buyer. I still find things I forgot about. Well, I'm not saying you can't be an impulse buyer. I'm just saying wait till the cycle's done and then be an impulse buyer. I impulse buy stuff, and I'm out here preaching people not to impulse buy stuff, and I still do. So it gets everyone. Gets everyone. Congos have really upped in price. I mean, like the cost of fish keeping is going to go up regardless. It's just going to get way more expensive. One large planted low-tech tank is enough for me. 90 semi-circle tank. Just, that's it. One small little. Water changes are overrated. They are overrated, but they're definitely necessary in some situations, but I agree. I mean, I did a whole 20-minute video about water changes being stupid. Well, in the saltwater game, any nitrates are a sin. They have to have an extra step. They need to wait for it, generally speaking. Where are these 60-gallon tanks? They're at Petco. They were brought in for the last $1 per gallon sale, made by Aquarium. Mama said water changes are the devil. I've never seen that movie, and I never will. Because maybe reef tanks are a bigger investment sometimes. Possibly. Brian says, I have a 60-gallon show tank and I love it. Sweet. Petco. Definitely when you're buying a fish tank, check the seams. Make sure the glass panels are lined up. Because some of those $1 per gallon sales, like Dan said, he had to return his. Some of those tanks are pretty busted, so definitely make sure you inspect them. Just don't run up to the shelf and grab the first one and walk away. I feel like Congos are well priced now. Well, Dan's never seen them for $200, but my original one for $250. I think we're talking about Congo Tetras. Maybe I'm wrong. But Congo Tetras, not Congo Puffers. At least that's what we were talking about. Maybe you're talking about puffers. I don't know. The internet makes him sound awful? What? I don't know. I must have missed that one. Zen Ginger says, Jamie, I will say regular tiger barbs have been extra nippy in my experience, but the green ones seem to school more to themselves. The more the better. If you want tiger barbs to be less nippy, buy more. Anyone have experience keeping fish in a standard garage? When I move, I plan on setting up my rack in my new garage. Will I be chasing temps all the time? Well, your garage should, well, I don't know, but around here, they're insulated. The garage doors are insulated, so it shouldn't be too bad. But if you're heating the whole room versus, heaters in your tanks, maybe. Actually, either way, you could be. But, it really depends. You could, wall off your racks, possibly, with, the sheets of styrofoam, maybe. I don't know. Might look ghetto, but who knows? Do I use a wet dry trickle filter in any of my tanks? No. Have I? Yes, but currently no. My 40 breeder had 1/16 thinner glass and lacked on the silicone. I've seen it a lot. I will say the Aquarium tanks generally are a lot better than the Tetra $1 per gallon tanks from a couple years ago. Those things were the worst. Like a 55-gallon Tetra tank, when it was full, the front panel and back panel would literally bow out. You could see it bowing. That's not a good sign. Check for the colored sticker on the bottom. The white stickers are made by humans, and the clear are made by computers. There's even a difference in glass thickness. Interesting. Fish Dream says there's a used 130 for sale by my area. Is it the 7-footer? Oh, I didn't even see if Ginger, if you answered my question, and that was a long time ago, so I'm not scrolling up. Regular tiger barbs are nippy in small numbers. Personally, I'd recommend a school of 30 or more. Yeah, I agree. I don't know that you need to go as many as 30, but if you have 6 tiger barbs, they're going to be nippy. Dan, as far as the wet dry trickle filter, I did like it. I used a sump and went through the wet dry trickle filter, and I love sumps, so that's why I liked that one. Tech Junkie, thanks for the tip. Last time I was at Petco, I didn't see any machine-made Aquarium tanks. I will say sometimes the Aquarium tanks have just gobs of silicone on them. It's there, and it's not just in the seams. It's on the glass, the front pane, the back one on the side. There's just chunks of silicone everywhere. Someone is just taking their gun and spraying it up in the air, and wherever it lands, it lands. Which, that's not, it just peels right off, so it's not that big of a deal. Genius idea, walling off the rack. Why did I not think of this? I don't care what it looks like. I plan on breeding high-fin coral blue platies. It's a dream fish of mine. Well, there you go. That's basically all I did. My last fish room in the garage was Costco racks. There was 2 Costco racks and then 1 wood rack, just because if I had another Costco rack, it would have been a Costco rack. And then 1 wood rack, and it was just walled off, and I put the styrofoam sheets around the outside. Easy peasy. I said our 130 is only 5 feet. Oh, okay. Extra tall. I didn't know the exact height and dimensions, though. Yeah. There is an old 7-foot, 130-gallon tank that is awesome. Really awesome. Bob, just YouTube that quote and you'll laugh. Have you ever built a tank? And if so, negative. How difficult is it to build? Not difficult. I built 2 stands, but I'm interested in building a 250-gallon glass aquarium. I would never build a tank that size. Just me personally, I would rather pay someone else, so when it breaks, they're responsible. I don't want to be responsible for that. How are the Marineland 75s? PetSmarts have the new 75 with their gray wooded stand. Honestly, I don't know that I would ever own a Marineland tank. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're made by the same company that makes the Aquariums or whatever. I know some people that have had some issues with Marineland tanks. Not the 75s, mind you, but with some of the larger ones. And I don't know that I could do it. Have to work, but I'll be lurking while working. See you later, Lily. That must be what happened to my 4-gallon cube made by computer. This 38 long is an oceanic tank. Bottom glass is 1/2 inch thick. That's crazy. Sides are 3/8 and heavy. Honestly, Matthew, if you just inspect the seams and the silicone, it's probably just fine. But like I said, I've known people with like the 150 and the 300-gallon marine lands, and they almost, I can't say almost always leak, but they leaked a lot. Like more than a fish tank shouldn't leak at all. So if one of your fish tanks out of 100 leaks, that's a lot. I'm giving up on Petco. I bought guppies from them, and they all die within a month. Yeah, I mean, they just buy them from farmers, and probably not the best quality. If you could find someone local to buy guppies off of, like if you have a local fish club, way better quality. I own the 75-gallon marine land from PetSmart with a pre-built base. Haven't had any problems with it at all. 2 years old. There you go. Like I said, the only issues that I've come across with marine land are the 150 and largers. I think it would be pretty hard to screw up a 75-gallon, something that small. Marine land is Tetra brand, by the way. That's what I thought. That being said, like I said, if inspect it, make sure the corners line up, make sure the silicone looks good, and I probably wouldn't be too worried about it. How do you breed a rainbow fish, water Goby fish? How do you breed a rainbow freshwater Goby? Are you asking how to breed rainbow fish? Or Goby fish? Maybe typo? I'm not sure. Make sure the seams do not have bubbles in them. Make sure the silicone is almost bluish clear. Thanks for the tips. Ginger Stir Fry Guy says, what are your top 5 Tetras? Mine are Congos, Von Rios, Colombians, Priscilla, Buenos Aires. Could I pick my top 5? I don't know. Lemon Tetras are definitely going to be up there. Boy, there's one that I was completely drawing a blank on. But I love lemon tetras. I think they're super underrated. Really good schooling fish. I hate to say it, but probably Rummy Nose Tetras. Boy, I don't know. I just don't know that I could do a top 5. I love the Penguin Tetra. I mean, even like the Glow Light Tetra. There's so many awesome Tetras. I don't know. Oh hell, I'm not eating anymore and I'm slacking. Becoming a member, people, to join, hit that member button. Thank you, Ginger, for that. Rainbows are egg scatters. Use a spawning mop or some type of moss. Oh, did he clarify? Yeah, if you're asking how to breed rainbow fish, yeah. You definitely need spawning mops, moss, basically any place for them to scatter their eggs in, and then you probably want to either remove the adults or remove the eggs into a different tank. That's very simple explanation, but if you don't have anywhere for them to lay their eggs, they're not going to, or they're just going to eat them. I bought angelfish that aren't eating. I'm giving them food that is shaped like bloodworms. Should I switch to flakes? If they're not eating, yes, I would definitely try something else. If they don't eat anything, that means there's something, they're stressed. Fish will starve themselves to death before they will eat if they're stressed out. So try some other foods. Try frozen foods. Try live foods if you get really desperate. Otherwise, you might want to think about your water parameters and why they're stressed out. Connor says, hey, what is going on with the new law and the wild fish? I don't think anyone really knows for sure. Basically, it's just going to ban the import of wild fish, wild reptiles, and wild birds. How do you breed a goby, a rainbow baby fish? I'm not sure. I've never bred a. It looks like you're asking how to breed a goby and a rainbow, which is not possible. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like. The Von Rio flame tetras are really nice. Diamond tetras can be really nice. They're just like tetras in general, just awesome fish. I hate when you're trying to help someone with their tank and they say the parameters are perfect, and they're. I swear that's like 90% of the case. I can't figure out what's wrong with my fish. What are your parameters? They're perfect, but what are they? They're perfect, but what are they? I know they're perfect. Okay, then what are they? I saw Father Fish saying something about that. About what? The new law? I don't know. It's very, it's worded very weird. I read this earlier. So it says right here, the Secretary of the Interior may prescribe by regulation an emergency designation prohibiting the importation of any species of wild animals. So the fact that it says may, not all, not will, but may, like, hey, these birds are coming in with this weird fungus. We're banning the import of all of them for the next 3 years. And it says it's limited to not more than 3 years. So there's that portion that says that they may do that. And then if you go down a little further, it just says importation into the United States of any species of wild mammals, wild birds, fish, amphibians, reptiles, offsprings, or eggs of any such species that is not native to the United States. So which is it? So then you have to go and look at, it says number 1, but then you have to read, like, you know, according to subset A/2. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But right at the beginning, it says they may prohibit the importation of any species. And it's only wild caught, which not a lot is wild caught. A fair amount, but I would say a majority of fish being imported are not wild caught. Maybe I'm wrong. And it could be like 60-40, but you'd really need like a lawyer to look this over and be like, what? And I think a lot of it's getting blown out of proportion. You know, it's like the telephone game where it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it barely passed the House. Will it pass the Senate? We don't know. After it passes the Senate, then it's going to go through all kinds of lawsuits. So if you're really concerned, you can write your senator, but let's be honest, the senators have aides, and it's the aides that read all the emails, not the senator themselves. If you think your senator gives 1 ounce of crap of anything, of any of your opinions, then you're badly mistaken. They don't care. EU to stop the import of coral and fish. What's to say the fish were wild and not tank raised? See, a lot of fish, like, they come from like Indonesian farms where they're just mass producing them. They're not wild caught. That's why I say like most of them are not wild caught. But that means like Corey going and collecting in Peru, he's not gonna be able to bring his fish home anymore if it passes. Ooh, Kenneth, that's a tall order, my friend. Kenneth wants to know where he can find Pygmaea rainbows. Very hard fish to find. I know Lucas Bretz was breeding them at one point. I don't know if he is anymore. Are you still using the Hyper Tough shop lights? If so, would you still recommend them? I'm not sure, honestly, which brand I'm using now. There's no name on them. I have a lot of like 4-foot Walmart shop lights. I honestly, when I need a new one, I just look for the cheapest one and make sure it's the right Kelvin rating. Did you just say all senators have AIDS? Yes, they do. They all have AIDS. Have you kept those cool black and brown cories? I forgot the name, but they're like $20 Canadian per fish. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one that is. And it looks like I missed another super chat. I found a weird slug in my tank. It's about an inch long. Looks like a mini white garden slug. Anyone ever see one? And maybe just fell off your plants, right? You said you have a lot of house plants. Maybe it just fell in your tank. Just when I started to see Congo puffers at the store. Did he say Lucas breasts? Lucas's breasticles. Bob, have you kept those? Oh yeah, I sorry, Jacob. I don't know which ones you're referring to. It's lawyer speak for no new stuff from Germany or wherever. Well, I'd imagine all the stuff in Germany is going to be probably captive bred. I don't know. We'll just not HIV AIDS, secretary AIDS. That is true. Yes, goby, a goofy fish. Yes, gobies are goofy fish. That I can understand. Lucas only has Cali rum right now. Yeah. If I ever came across pygmaeus rainbows again, I would never let them go. Sadly, I let my last group go. Because at the time, you could get them fairly easily, and now they're really hard to find. I'm going to check one place. We'll see if they have them. I asked Dan's Fish, too. I'm like, hey, can you get these pygmaeus? Like, what's the deal? And he's like, man, they're the hardest ones to get. Gonna check one place. I hate their new website. I hate it so much. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through this really fast, really quick. Can I find them? Nope, they do not have them. So no, I currently have nowhere to get pygmaeus rainbow fish, unfortunately. I prefer lemonades. Red Light Robot says, at Ginger Grumble, does it go after plants or fish? I don't think it goes after anything. $30 a cory sounds like a black Venezuelan cory. Could be. I think like the brown is kind of subjective because there's lots of cories that have like orange that could be brown, like orange brown kind of color. Aquahuna says they have them. No way. That would be the last place I would look. Let's see. Rainbow fish. Where's the rainbow fish? Bosemani, Pracox, Celebes, Turquoise, Blue Eye, Red Neon, Red Rainbow, Forktail, Featherfin, Forktail. Yeah, I don't know where you see that this says they have them, but I don't see them anywhere. That would be like the last place I would expect to have them. You tripping, Ginger. You tripping, boo. You said new website, and I knew what you were talking about. All right. Not dead. It was climbing out of the dish I put it in. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe a Dolphoi or the Whitesman eye kind of orangish brown, definitely more orange than brown, but oh, I'm an idiot. I typed rainbow but clicked on suggestion and it was for Corey's. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Okay. See, I believe they have pygmaeus Corey's. That I could believe. But the only time they've ever had rare rainbows is when I've ordered them. Mine appear slightly brownish and red, and some of the finish is brighter light, but generally they are jet black and slow growers, I've noticed. I just want to find someone selling my... They're not yours. They're my CW111s. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even know about that fish. So get off my fish. Those are mine. My fish. Fish Tank Barn has a post with links to Reef to Rainforest and other article about Lacey Act mods old... Wait. Lacey Act mods old man was in the Army for 32 years. Not 40 to 72. I got a bunch of longfin peppercorns from Dan's Fish. They are spicy. Speaking of Dan's Fish, let me just head back over there real quick. Somebody made an order. So with my link, and I just wanted to say thank you to somebody. I don't get to see who you are, but someone who bought some Corridoras with my link. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Hush it. Knight Rider. I have started watching that show again, so don't judge me. The original. It's pretty good. I see they go for about 30 a piece in Minnesota. Bob said orange lasers are like 15 a while back. He must have the plug. They were $15 like pre-COVID. I don't know what they are now. I'll impulse anything I don't see often that I know I have a tank I can throw it in. That's one of the nice things about having a fish room is that it does allow you to impulse buy because you always have a place for it. I got freaked by the new law. I ordered a bunch of purple Tetras. Another impossible to breed that will disappoint. So even if the new law passes, it won't go into effect for a year. So it's not, if it passes, it's not going to affect us for a year. So you have a year left to buy all your fish. And that's, it's going to go through people opposing it. It's going to go through all kinds of lawsuits and blah, blah, blah. That's if it even passes. But let's be real. Nothing has been passing lately. So Hasselhoff is awesomeness. I kind of agree. I got to tell you, that dude is a monster. I had no idea. Like, I started watching Knight Rider, and I'm like, this guy is like 10 feet taller than everyone else. So I looked it up, and sure enough, this dude is tall. Holy smokes. Ginger says, I bought plecos. Congratulations. I got a bunch of longfin peppercorn from Dan's Fish. They are spicy. BJ Palmer says, Carol, how are you, dear? She's been better. Lost some fish. Power outages. Been better. Saw so much government. Don't trust feds at all. Yeah, this shouldn't even be regulated at the federal level. Regardless, like, this should be regulated at the state level. Like most everything should be regulated at the state level. They shouldn't be able to just blanket ban every single state. That doesn't make sense. Florida already has like their own laws. Texas needs to start getting some more laws on the books, But most of these fish that we buy are not going to survive in Minnesota or Washington. So they shouldn't be illegal. Like, it's stupid. Okay, so you're trying to ask how to breed gobies. So breeding, I've never actually bred gobies. So I have no experience. Maybe somebody in the chat can answer that. If anyone has some experience breeding gobies. Craig Doniger, Craig's Catfish Cave. Wait. Craig Doniger, Craig Doniger, Craig's Catfish Cave. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but welcome. And the fact that PETA people eating tasty animals has anything to do with that stupid bill makes me hate it even more. Everything they do is done wrong. Yep. Ginger was nice and bought plecos with your link, and that's the thanks she gets. I said, cool, didn't I? I said something. I said, congratulations. It was sincere. Jeez. If all your string hair algae is pearling, would you lower the brightness of your light or do less hours of light per day? If your string algae is pearling, then your string algae is very happy. I would pull it out. I would pull it all out manually. I would reduce the light cycle and reduce the food, the feeding. Hasselhoff has an impressive saltwater tank in his house with chunks of the Berlin Wall as his hardscape. He lives in California, right? I should message him and be like, hey, can I do a tour of your fish tank? But he is kind of he's kind of out there though, so I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know. Like on his Instagram, like sometimes he drunk Instagrams and it's interesting. I'm sure they've all been removed by now, but you could probably still find videos of him drunk on Instagram where he's like tripping over his own feet, like rolling on the ground. Bob, have you still been working out? I'm on my 3rd week of at-home workout. I've been doing and feeling great. Yes and no. Yes and no. I am still trying to find that sweet spot of what works for me, what doesn't. I've gone to like a carnivore type diet, and we'll see what happens. And not strictly carnivore, but kind of like a spinoff with please read Craig's name again. I enjoyed that too much. But yeah, I'm still exercising a lot. I'm still just trying to master the food side of it. It's rough. So it's a little tough. Steenfott Aquatics got a fish question. New fish isn't eating it, moving at all. Thought it had internal parasites and moved it to its own tank. Then it got ick. You think it was ick the whole time or both? So ick, you pretty much know. If you don't see the ick, that's probably not the cause of why it was, I guess, lethargic. Because most fish have ick anyways. They just, their immune system fights it off all the time. Any fish isn't moving at all. Well, what kind of fish though? That's what I'd be curious. What kind of fish? And you know why he put lifeguard running in slow motion on Baywatch? His original pilot episode was 4 minutes short. They had to make up the time. Oh, that's interesting. I want a bright-eyed royal, but those are harder to track down. A bright-eyed royal. I don't even know what that is. That's kind of funny. We need to make up 4 minutes of time. Slow motion. Women running in bikinis. I love babies a lot. You're my favorite fish, but I just need to know, how do you breed those cool fishes? Oh, gobies. I started carnivore with intermittent fasting a week ago. It feels pretty good. I would see, like me personally, I don't jive with the whole fasting thing. Like I fast every single day. So from like 10 at night till like 4 or 5 in the morning, I'm fasting. Pretty much all actors and musicians are out there. Money or not later need sleep. Yeah, Jericho, I get what you're saying, buddy. I'm like I said, I've never bred gobies, so I don't have any experience in the matter. Steenfott, try OMAD's 1 meal a day diet. Intermittent fasting works. Yeah, see, I would never do that. I know eating once a day is not going to happen for me. It's just not. What is my personal opinion of tubifex worms? I mean, I got nothing bad against them, you know. I generally don't buy them. I'd rather do frozen than freeze-dried. And I mean, I just assume you're talking about freeze-dried tubifex worms, I guess. Maybe not. I used to fall asleep to the vacation channel with girls playing on the beach. What? Is that a thing? Primal urges. Eye candy. Hello from India. Well, welcome. Which fish is on the thumbnail? It's a roseline shark or a denison barb. It goes by a few different names. But denison barb. Denison barb. Do I know how to breed a baby? That I know how to, yeah. Apparently I'm taking applications and gonna make one here pretty soon. So we'll see. We'll see. Please wait till after the stream to submit your applications for baby making, and then we'll go through the rigorous process of screening, and we'll see who comes out the other side. Become a fruitarian? Asked Steve Jobs. Well, he's dead, so it didn't work for him. I don't want to die, so I'm not gonna do that. Steenfott Aquatics, it's a poor pygmy cory. I didn't see any signs of ick until last night. It is very, very rare for cories to get ick. They're practically immune to ick. So the fact that he has ick is pretty amazing in and of itself. Didn't see any signs of ick until last night. It hasn't eaten all since I got it Friday. Now it's really thin. Most likely internal parasites, and then in addition to that, got ick because his immune system is already, going full bore. That would be my guess. If he looks like he has a sunken belly, it's probably internal parasites. A lot of people think sunken belly, oh, he just hasn't eaten for a while. Normally it's because of internal parasites. Bob would be the good father. I would be a sweet dad. You have no idea. They used to play it late at night. The sounds were soothing. So you're just talking like the beach sounds. I get it. Be careful what you ask for, Bob. Came in late. Very interesting conversation. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting live stream. I don't believe fruit causes cancer, but okay. Well, whatever it did, it killed him. So there you go. Haha, making fun of dead people. Does it get any better than that? I'm all class, baby. All class. Sorry, Steve Jobs was a douchebag, so no respect. He gets no respect from me. His diet might have worked, though. I don't know. Best thing I ever did was have a kid. What up, fish people? Danikin Aquatics, what's going on? Tuger says, being a dad is a blast. Yeah. Better to slightly underfeed than overfeed your fish, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, they're naturally going to graze in your aquarium all day long anyways. Although they haven't hit the teenage years yet. That's when you just give them the keys to the car and say, go out, kid. Explore the world. You're 13 now. You're an adult. You're a teenager. Come back when you're 25 and got everything figured out. Best thing I ever did was have a kid too. Worst thing I ever did was have multiple kids. The rainbow group is pretty cool fishes. I agree. That's why they're my favorite. Wait, who is that? That's just my baby daddy. What? No way. My family is from Berlin. Saw the wall many times as a child. That is eerie. That's Irie, as Michael Scott would say. Irie. My family is from Germany as well. It should be pretty obvious with a name like Steenfott. Bob, do you break up your algae wafers or throw them in whole? I throw them in whole and let whatever happens happens. Yep. I just stand in the middle of the room and I kind of spin around and I just chuck them in all my tanks. It works. So if I have fish that actually need the algae wafers, I'll usually do like the I'll feed like flake or pellets first. So like all the schooling fish are like kind of busy, and then I'll throw like the algae wafers in the other side of the aquarium so they actually make it all the way down while they're distracted. I'm glad I don't have children as I'm already too busy for them and I'm 18 and live with my parents. Yeah, probably not the best scenario to start pumping out babies. Oh, that's smart of you. That's good. You got a good head on your shoulders. Can you guess where my family is from? Schindler's List. Flip them like bottle caps. I was watching you watching them. Wait, I was watching you watching them. I don't know. The stream might be getting a little weird. Maybe. It's a possibility. I don't have the patience for kids. That's what NyQuil is for. People overcomplicate everything. If your kid gets out of control, you give them some NyQuil. Like, what's the problem? I'm half German and half Irish, and the rest is Heinz 57. Is that where you get the ginger comes from? The Heinz 57? But what fish have you found eat hair algae the best? Probably the Siamese algae eater. And even then, it's not like enough to get rid of it. But probably the Siamese algae eater. Maybe like a flagfish, goldfish. All pretty good fish for chomping down on that stuff. But again, hair algae grows so fast. Like it's just I don't think you're gonna get a fish that's gonna eat it faster than it grows. You need to figure out why you're getting it and stop doing that. And normally it's overfeeding and not enough water changes for hair algae. What is the best way to crystal clean your tank? Could you grab on everything? Keep your whole tank clean? Could you grab? The best way to have crystal clean. I don't know. The best way to crystal clean your tank. Could you grab on everything? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're getting at there. Panagars are super cool. I recommend everyone get some. I concur, Paul. Everyone should have Panagars. Everyone. My grandfather's second cousin was famous, like famous like you. Like he's TikTok famous. I turned this off. What the heck? Now I'm turning it off. Black Molly. Oh yeah, mollies. I always forget about mollies because I don't keep them. I'm not a big molly fan. But yeah, mollies do pretty good on hair algae too. Good suggestion. Thank you. I had air algae. I had fast-growing plants and floaters and shrimp. It's almost gone in a couple days. Thank you, sir. I probably do overfeed that tank, to be honest. When those firemouths start to beg, it's hard to resist. They're worse than dogs, I'm telling you. Fish beg more than dogs. Bleach kills hair algae the best when it comes to soaking them for... I would not recommend bleaching your tanks that have fish in them. I'm just going to throw that out there. Not ticked. Okay, so if he's not TikTok famous, is he really famous? Like, so you're more famous than him because you're TikTok famous and he's not. The NSA turned your phone back on. Them sons of bitch! I'm telling you. I have a couple baby Pseudomagil Gertrude in a shrimp tank. Teeniest little guys. Came in on frog bit from another one of my tanks. Do they grow really slowly? Generally not. But I will say the nice thing about pseudomcgills, they actually have fairly large mouths for the size they are. So they're easier to feed than like a Bosemani or like a turquoise rainbow. They have really small mouths, where pseudomcgills, even though they have larger mouths for their size, so they're easier to feed, is what I'm trying to say, which I think I did say. I was trying to overcomplicate it. My flying silver fox took care of my hair algae in a heartbeat. And talk about an underrated fish, the flying fox. I haven't had one of those in probably 6 or 7 years. Really cool fish. I bleach my plants by taking them out of the tank. I don't pour bleach into my tank. Why would you bleach them at all, though? I don't get it. Are you trying to make them white? Trying to like tie dye your plants? I don't know. My grandparents met during World War II. My grandfather was in the army, and my grandmother was a German citizen. They met there, were together for 50 years. Wow. Are you getting sweet royalties from Schindler's List? My albino threadfinicara are like friggin' dumb labs. They come to the glass immediately. I swear they almost wag their tails when you walk in the room. That's kind of funny. Blade Runner dystopia begins. Recreating animals. You're hired. Wait, what? You need a Ruth brush fish? Yes. A toothbrush is very good at removing hair algae. Excited to have 5 dwarf red hummingbird tetras. Wendy, those are amazing fish. I'm super jealous. Not exciting color, but cool behavior from what I've seen in vids. Anyone have experience with these? Not any real life experience. Unfortunately, I would love to have a giant school of hummingbird tetras. They move like wickedly. It's so awesome to watch them. I'm super jealous. Not a terribly hard fish to keep. So it's it's not like you need to be an advanced fish keeper for them. So I would think just general tetra care. Make sure, they're small fish, so make sure your food is size appropriate. But I'm jealous. Those are rad. I got a question. I got a 40-gallon fish tank at home. I don't know how to keep it clean. Could you grab on everything in the whole tank and clean it? I would not take anything out of the tank and clean it. Nope. I would try to figure out why your tank is dirty. Are you overfeeding? Are you not doing enough water changes? Do you not have enough filtration? That's where I would start first. But I would not start taking things out and scrubbing them down. If you don't fix what's causing, like, I'm just assuming like stuff's just covered in algae and mulm and I don't know, whatever. But if you take everything out and clean it without fixing the problem, then it's just gonna come right back. Royalties would be sweet. I agree. Get your mother effing movie checked, man. Wendy, love those little guys. I'm sure you're getting a nice bunch. I think Dan had them for sale for a little bit. But yeah, Wendy, I'm super jealous. Super duper jealous. I just got a message from an Arabian princess, and she wants to marry me and give me part of her family's fortune. All I have to do is send her $10,000 for shipping. Can you just send her a plane ticket? Why does she have to be shipped? I'm confused. Can you put flying fox in a 10-gallon with a betta? Negative. Flying foxes will get way too big for a 10-gallon tank. You'd want... I'm sure there's people keeping them out there in like 20 and 29s, but ultimately, I would say like 40-gallon minimum for it to be like really happy. And it's going to want some buddies too. So my flying fox, my pet store had one of them and I'd never seen it before. So I impulse bought it, brought it home, put it in the tank with my roseline barbs, and it schooled around with my roseline barbs. So it likes having friends. Have I tried using green water tank to raise up fry? Yes, I preach that 1,000%. I think it is by far the best way to raise fish. Green water. Is she a blow-up princess? They're not blow-up anymore. They're like real, like life-size silicone dolls now. It's crazy. Back to that query with Ick. Forgot to mention my heater is coming. It's about 65 degrees. Also heard meds stress fish out. Should I med for Ick? I would definitely med for Ick. Yeah. Or parasites first. I would do all at once. Well. So all it does is it puts, when you're putting meds in the water, their liver is basically working like overtime. So if it says to keep it in the water for 2 days and do a water change, do the water change. Just do what it says on the bottle. Do your water changes, and yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I've used meds on corridors a lot. Now, it may be a possibility that he's too far gone, and some fish you just can't save, once they get to a certain point. But I would do like a general cure. Maybe if I was only doing one, I'd probably do like general cure and see how it goes. Dan says, never heard of hummingbird tetras. Googled it. Now I want them. Yeah, YouTube it so you can watch how they swim. It's pretty fascinating. Blow-ups are getting terrifying. Hey, you. After a move, I'm grabbing all of Dan's African knives. If you guys don't buy them all before then, let's look. I'm still on. Yeah, these are pretty neat fish. Uh-oh. I apologize for that. Someone needs to be buying these black tiger Darios, though. The fact that these are not sold out yet is a sin. Black tiger Darios are amazing little nano fish. Bob's got a silicone doll in his sharpening cart on Amazon. Do they sell them on Amazon? I'm all about that prime shipping. That doesn't seem like something that would be on Amazon. I don't even know what to search for. Silicone doll? That's terrifying. That's definitely not what I'm searching for. Yeah, I don't think they sell them on Amazon. This stream has a little bit of everything tonight. I'm telling you, it's out there. It's out there. I don't think I can make babies with a silicone doll. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I don't think that's how it works. Have you seen Ryan Gosling in Lars and the Real Girl? No. Those dolls are creepy even when they don't talk. The talking ones raise the hair on my neck. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't think I want to know, to be honest. Love watching the old Real Fish Talk streams. Joel is always fighting his yawns while Corey rants. Interesting. Free returns too. Anyways, what happened last week, by the way? I tried to chat, but it never would let me. I put a comment in the second notification I got sent. Was last week the ones that got split into two? I think that was last week. I could be wrong. So, we dropped the stream like 30 minutes into it and I had to create a new one. Was that last week or the week before? No, that was the week before. I don't know. I got 11 comments on last one there. I don't know. Is this 2 hours? What is going on? It's always been 2 hours. I'm confused. Blue water gym, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure. Like everything went off without a hitch last week, so I don't know. Marbled headstanders. Headstanders are another cool fish that don't get enough love. They literally what can I use here? Here we go. Say like this is your fish, and this is their head. They literally are just sit like this, which is why they're called headstanders. And they just kind of do. Pretty cool, pretty neat. And they get a pretty good size, like 3-4 inches. So it was a week before. I was thinking of the stream cut out at like 35 minutes. I lost internet for a couple minutes, and then started a second stream. So that's what's happened. That's why if you go back, there's part 1 and part 2. Well, I don't know if there's part 1, but there's part 2. And I think you were commenting on part 1 when I was live on part 3, because I think I remember seeing your comments. Let me look. Oh, 23 minutes. Yeah, so one's 23 minutes, one's an hour and a half. Nope. I swear. Somewhere you commented, like, my comments are not going through. And I was like, but they are going through because I see them. Yeah, right here. So you commented after the stream was over. Your comments are 7 days ago, but the stream was 2 weeks ago. I can't chat in the live chat because it was not live. So yeah, you're right. It was last week that you were chatting in the week, but you were chatting in the week before's stream, which had ended obviously a week ago. Which honestly happens a lot. So don't feel bad. I see it all the time. One of the most common comment I get on live streams is hello. Can anyone see this? because the stream's already over. Someone should get a tank of only pencilfish and only headstanders so you get that XY access. I am 100% all for pencilfish. Is that new legislation going to ban all kinds of fish, pets? Possibly, maybe, maybe not. Not all. So it specifically says wild caught. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. And it's important to note that this type of legislation gets snuck in every single year. Every single year, something to do with the Lacey Act gets snuck in, and it always gets shot down. And I think the reason people are freaking out this time is because normally it gets shut down at the House. Well, this time it made it past the House and is going to the Senate. So people are like, oh, but it's probably going to die in the Senate. Oh man, I'm embarrassed now. Like I said, it happens all the time, especially because the thumbnail, like I have it says live in the thumbnail. So it'll get recommended to people and they'll be like, oh, this guy's live. And they'll click on it and they'll be like, hey, how's everyone going? How's everyone doing? What's going on in here? And then like, I don't know, either they just like, no one's talking to me, I'm going to go, or they figured out that it's not actually a live stream anymore. So yeah, don't feel bad. I think I have to go so I can grab some of those black tigers from Dan's. Yes, just use that link that's pinned in the comment though. But even if you don't want to, I don't care. Just buy those fish because they're awesome. Pencil fish are really pretty. A lot of pencil fish. My favorite is always going to be the red Beckford's pencil fish, but the coral pencil fish, like look that one up. That one's insane. I am the Senate. I am the Senate. He would stand off with a particularly bold birdsong goby. They would just face off, flare, then pick their spots. No aggression, just posing. Yeah, it just barely passed the House by like 9. What was it, like 205 to like 220 or something like that? So, it doesn't have very good odds of passing the Senate. But it's, I mean, it could. It's obviously a possibility. But there's so much fluff has been added to that I don't know. I'd be surprised. Universal Fish and Reptiles. What's going on, buddy? Bob, tell us a joke. No. Definitely using your link, Bob. Thanks for letting me know. Sweet. Corals are excellent. Red Light Robot, I'm telling you. Coral, pencilfish. Honestly, if they were cheaper, they'd probably be my favorite. But when you take everything into account, the red Beckford's pencilfish, they're like, I mean, they're like $1. I'm exaggerating, but a lot of color for a really inexpensive fish. Are other species of Batis females easier to find than Scarlet Batis? Yes. Did you say butterfly tetra earlier? I was going to look it up, but now I forgot. I don't think so. How do fish stores keep the whole tank clean? Do they? I don't know. I've been to a lot of fish stores that the tanks are dirty. You just got to do your water changes, man. You can't be lazy. Do your water changes. Butterfly tetra. I don't think I did. I might have, but I don't know. I don't really pay attention to what I say because I say a lot. So it's almost impossible to pay attention to me. That's awesome. That's cute. The thing that most holds the most memories. I'm doing good. Good to hear. You are the Senate. I want to run for Senate, I think. I want to be mayor first. I'm going to run for mayor. And then I'm going to go for Senate. Or maybe Congress. I feel like Congress is the way to go because you don't have to do anything, like, ever. And you get paid pretty well. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll go for Congress. I don't know. What's the plans for summer tubbing this year, Bob? I don't know. I haven't thought about it at all. I mean, my tubs are still frozen over, so I got a ways to go. Like, I'm in a much colder area than I have been in, so my gold white clouds are still alive. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm probably just gonna do native fish because honestly, I hate netting out fish in the fall, especially because my tubs they're 300 gallons. If they were like 40 or even like 100-gallon tubs, not a big deal. But yeah, I think I want to do this native fish that can go cold, just so I don't have to deal with netting them out. It's such a bear, especially shrimp. They're the worst to get out of tubs. Dan says, I love my Bolivian rams. I love your Bolivian rams too, because I love all Bolivian rams. Bob, you ever come to Bentley Streams on Tuesdays? Very rarely. Tuesday is a very busy day for me. Tuesdays and Thursdays in general, very busy. Bob's campaign slogan, make Epistos great again. No, I would be like, because I don't really care about money, so you can't bribe me. Like, I would be impossible to bribe, so they would hate me. Best online places that have Celestial Pearl Danios and Rasboras in stock. Probably Aquatic Arts, I would think. I've had good luck with them. If you run for Congress, oh my gosh, just imagine. I wouldn't ruin my street cred. Imagine how much trolling I could do. That's all I would do is troll all them SOBs in Congress. I don't know how, but I would learn the inner workings and just troll the crap out of them all the time. And it would be great. You aren't wealthy enough for the Senate. Plus, it seems you have a soul, so you're disqualified. I know. That's why I have to go Congress. See, the trick is to be like, I love Big Farm, and get all their money, and then just turn on them once you're elected. That's all you got to do. All right, see, I already got the strategy. I know how I'm going to win. Flagfish and darters would be great. Cooler water. Yeah, I definitely want to do darters. I don't know about flagfish. Just because I've done it before, so I think I want to do something different. And I would definitely legalize arowanas because it's absolutely ridiculous that Asian arowanas are illegal. Yeah, my first campaign promise is to bring back the Rick, for sure. Definitely. 100%. My CPDs from Dan's are the healthiest source I've gotten them. Oh, see? So I said Aquatic Arts because Dan doesn't sell Rasboras. As much as I want him to, he doesn't. I'd love to get in on all of that insider trading with Miss Pelosi. Hey. Okay. Let's not get too political here, all right? Jokes. Let's just joking around. But there is a trading group that follows that just copies her trades. They're called the Millennial Traders, and all they do is copy her trades, and they make lots of money. So there you go. There's your secret to the market. Anyways, back to fish. Have you done anything to the paludarium? Just letting it grow out. The plants have gone insane. The aquatic plants, mind you. The AR Mini is nice and huge and beautiful. The Rotala Bangladesh is, I've got like, it's like 2 feet long. I haven't been trimming it. So there's like, it's just stringing across the top of the water. It's really cool. What are your thoughts on weather and dojo loaches? Not really my style, not my jam. They're cool fish, and you know, it's nice that they can go in really cold water, but not really my thing. CBDs are sold out from Dan, though. Unfortunately, maybe he will get more in soon. Unfortunately, CBDs are out of stock on Dan's fish. It might be one of those that are just not the right time of the year for CPDs. I don't know. BJ Palmer, member for 18 months. I don't know why it told me that, but congratulations, BJ. That's an interesting pop-up. My first act as president would be to install a massive planet tank with the rarest fish and plants in front of the whole White House. Thanks for letting that slide. Are glow light Danios much bigger than CPDs, or are they pretty close in size? I would say they're definitely longer bodied. I'm just a month shy of BJ Palmer. Well, you're still but a teenager, not 18 yet. I'm watching this through both phone and PS3. Double the views from one person. I love it. Thank you. Let's see. Weather loaches, got that one. Glow lights are bigger. Yes. Not only are they bigger, but they're better. Yeah, I said it. I like glow light Danios way better than celestial pearl Danios. I think CPDs are some of the worst fish in the hobby. There, I said it. You can unsub, you can ban me, you can do whatever you want, but I said it. I was leaning over, probably hit a button of some kind. Oh gosh. Tomorrow I am 1 Steenfott year old. I like it. Dish on which fish tops your list? Rainbow fish. I mean, come on, man. Bob, make the reflection pool a pond with fish. Make the reflection pool a pond with fish. Oh, duh. Okay, I was like, what? Took me a second. Also, do siphoning gobies need flow, or can they be happy in water that isn't like a river? So when they say that they like flow, that means they like flow, but it also means that they like well oxygenated water. So you can get away without the flow, but you still gonna want well oxygenated water. So if you don't have like an air stone, I would throw one in. Yeah, it's the same thing with a lot of those kinds of fish where they say they like lots of flow, when really you don't really need the flow, but you probably want the oxygen level to be higher. I was just trying to type something hard to say. Okay. Dish on which fish tops your list? I've been a rapper since I was like 6 years old, so you gotta come at me way harder than that, my friend. Come on. I was fishing in the summertime. I caught some cool fishes. Maybe I'm gonna say you caught some cool fishes and placed them in my aquarium. I'm pretty sure as a kid a lot of us did that. I know I did. I wouldn't do it now, but I definitely did it as a kid. Universal Fish and Reptile says, I'm still a pretty new subscriber. What's your thoughts on snails? I am pro snails, my friend. I have no problem with snails. I think they're a very important part of the ecosystem. So you will never find me bashing snails like some Like some people. Mm-hmm. Some people think snails are like the devil. I don't understand. They don't do anything. I can understand if you're overfeeding like crazy, so you have like 5,000 snails in your 10-gallon tanks, but that's your fault. You know, if you have the appropriate amount of snails, I don't know what the problem is. They don't eat your live plants. They only eat dying or dead plants. So really, what's the big deal? Are glow light Danios like zebra Danios in size? Definitely closer to that than, I mean, they're like, what, like 2.5 inches, 3 inches maybe? They will be fine with lots of plants. It will breed in my experience. Does anyone here keep pagoda snails? I've only seen them once before, pretty rare. I saw them on a list once, but I don't remember if I ordered them or not. I don't think I did. I remember there was 2 snails that I hadn't seen on the list before, and one of them was the pagoda, and I think I went with the other one, which was a white wizard snail, I think. I've seen a channel with neon blues breeding in heavily planted tiny aquarium, not heavy flow. Do timeouts for fish really work? No. Have a platy a little bigger, not in girth, than some of my honeygrami, and the poor guy just sticks to the bottom often. Should I just evict the platy? Well, one thing's for sure, timeouts don't work with fish. That is not going to happen. But if you only have one platy in there, yeah, I would take him out. He's not happy. Pagoda snails were for ponds. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. No, Bob. Some of us don't like the little specks all over the glass when we're trying to take pics. And pest snails are the worst photo bombers. They're not doing you any harm. All right. Not doing you any harm at all. They're actually beneficial for you. And if they're on the front glass, they just want some attention. Take a picture of the snail every once in a while, and you'll find they won't come to the front of the glass. Once you give them the attention that they deserve, they won't try to seek it out and be on the front of your glass. Aquatic stars, glow light Danios definitely get bigger than 1 inch. Have you guys? Wait, I love you guys a lot. That guy is cool. Curious where you saw the wild fish stipulation. Was reading through page. I have it right here. It's not page 1662. It's page. Oh wait, it is page. It's right at the bottom. It's right at the start of the Lacey Act. It's right at the. It's like the very first word on page 662. Wild mammals, wild birds, fish. Although it doesn't say wild fish, that is true. I did not catch that. Wild mammals, wild birds, fish, amphibians, or reptiles, or offsprings of humans. Technically, it doesn't say wild. Okay, so it does. It says wild animals, wild birds, but it does not say wild fish. It just says fish. Let's do this. See, I think you could probably argue this in court that it's that it's saying that it I don't know. The way that commas work, it should be like also saying wild fish and amphibians and reptiles. Page 1661. No, this isn't. specifically with the lacy, but it does say wild fauna and flora. But that's not an amendment to the Lacy Act, so interesting. Very interesting. What are some good shiny schooling or top dwelling fish for 20 long? Look up pencilfish and rasboras. Pencilfish and rasboras. Hatchetfish, not so much on the shiny side, but definitely still a really cool fish that just stays on top. Zen, I've always wanted assassin snails. They are fun to watch when they kill other snails. They're also going to kill all your shrimp, though, so, you know, just saying. As far as specks on the glass, definitely nearite snails are the worst. They'll leave their little cement eggs that are impossible to get off everywhere. Every time I hang out with people, it makes my day better. Well, that is cool, but I would also say you should learn to be happy being alone, too, because it is very nice being alone. Oh, snap. I have had the pagoda years ago. Similar body type to a rabbit snail. They will get nipped at my semi-aggressive fish, or best kept in peaceful community tanks. There you go. Hatchet fish could work for a 20 high. Yep. Just tuned in. I think you're talking about the Lacy Amendment. Have you read the USARC page? I have not. No, I think there's lots of just panic and misinformation going around. So I'm kind of waiting a little bit before I really start to dig into it. Didn't mean the exclamation point. Wasn't yelling at you, Bob. I don't think it was in all caps, so I don't even care about caps. Thorny neurites are my favorite snails. Yep, that's why I don't have any. All right. I'm about to go order some goby. Oh, he has some nice gobies. There's some crazy gobies on Dan's Fish. And those black tigers, Bob, is there anything I need to do for you besides use the link? That's it, my friend. Just use the link. If you're really worried about it, you could put it in like the comment section, in the note section when you're checking out, but the link should be good enough. Or you could just say, Bob sent me here in the notes, and they'll link it to me as well. So, but thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Golden Wonder Killies is a good idea. They are jumpers though, so be sure you have a very tight lid. If you have just like a crack open somewhere, they will find their way out. I do know what USARC is. Yeah, I just haven't gone to their page yet. The problem is that there's no like real USARC equivalent for the fish hobby. So are white clouds good for an aquarium with lots of flow? It depends on what you mean by lots of flow. They're small fish, so they're not going to like tons of flow, because they'll just get, blown around everywhere. Sweet, I'll say Bob sent me. Yeah, that'll work. They hire lawyers to review the bills and things. Yeah, USARC is super important. I do donate to USARC. So yeah, like I said, I just haven't really done much research into this bill because this all kind of blew up over the weekend, and I was camping all weekend, so I briefly read through the amendment before the stream, but that's all I've done so far. Say Bob S. Bob C. is affiliated too, I think. Oh, is he? I didn't know that. I swear I sucked 3 up this weekend and cried. What? Aquagarden Zen says, hello, hope you're having an amazing evening. I am. USARC seems all-encompassing for this, despite their focus being reptiles and amphibians. They also don't seem to be partisan. Yeah, absolutely. They pretty much only care about the animals. Katie, do you have any pantyhose? That seems like a very personal question. I don't know what you two ladies are doing, but you know, whatever you two ladies are doing, you might want to do it privately. All right, that's kind of weird. Question for anyone: will either a rainbow shark or a red-tailed shark cause problems for autos in a well-planted? I think both have the potential to. Would they? Maybe, but they definitely have the potential to. Hatchet fish actually fly, lid needed, but they'll also. Never mind. I was gonna say a really stupid joke, but I'm not even gonna do it. Not doing it. Thinking about breeding tons of WCM minnows, white cloud minnows, for my 90-gallon, like a school of 70 or maybe 30 candy cane tetras. Candy cane tetras, also a top 5 tetra, super amazing. And I used to have a group, and they spawned for me, and it was awesome. And I need to get some more. Bob, please make a video on the care for your new geckos. I don't know that I would do that. Maybe, but there's like 10 people that keep these geckos, and they already know how to keep them. So it would probably get like 1 view, and it would be you. I'm not saying I don't want to make a video for you, because I would, but I don't know. I don't know that I can do a care video about reptiles on my channel at this time without just completely destroying my channel. And it sucks, but it's the truth. If you want to send me an email, Camantha, I will gladly give you advice on them. But a lot of people think that they're hard to care for because of the price. It's just not the case. They're a super easy gecko to take care of. They're very limited on exportation, and there's not a lot of people breeding them, and that's why they're expensive. It's not because they're hard to care for. They're actually one of the easiest geckos. They're probably just as easy as like a crested gecko. Like, they don't need heat. They don't need well, they need special lighting, but you know, most reptiles do. Neon green tetra is still the best. Yes, another awesome tetra. Bob conveniently left out the informative part of the message. What? That's all I saw. I swear, that's all I saw. You know, I just saw you two doing your thing. I was like, well, I didn't know. I didn't think it would be appropriate the way that sentence or paragraph started, so I didn't read the end of it. I thought it was just going to go downhill from there. My channel is a mix of things, reptiles and isopods. Yep. If you start it that way from the beginning, then YouTube knows that from the beginning. But now I get punished for doing reptile videos, and so I try to space them out a little bit. So, but like I said, if you really want to know about them, just send me a message, and I'll tell you what I know. I bred them, used to breed them like back in 2010-ish. So it's been a while, but I'm hoping to breed them again. Hopes are high. Hopes are high. How did you breed the candy cane tetra, Paul? Pure happenstance. I put a group in a 29-gallon heavily planted tank, and it was in front of a window, and every time the sun hit the tank, they would go bonkers and start scattering eggs everywhere. I think I have a short video of it from before I actually started YouTube. Let's see. I don't know if it's still public though, but I'm gonna look right now. It's gonna be really old, so let's see if I can quickly find it. Is this it? Yeah, it's okay. So this is only a minute long, but you can see him doing the dance, and you can see how thickly the tank is as far as the plants. Super like thick, really thick. Oh, where's my tag? Here it is. So there's the video. They're white fin tetras, same thing as the candy cane tetra, just different name. But you can see that the sunlight hits them, and this was every morning they did this for like months, and they would just start scattering their eggs. Again, not the best video. You don't really see much of anything, but this is from what is this, 6 years ago? Jeez. I didn't even know they had video cameras 6 years ago. Oh, yeah. Okay, I just watched that whole minute-long video. All right, that's going to do it. We have hit the 7 o'clock mark. We are officially at the end of the stream. Okay, I'll send you a message too. Perfect. Maybe you could show them on your next video and mention something about them then. Oh my God, Bob, I cannot with you. I could not unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Right, dog? That's it. The show's over, folks. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget, we will be here again next week, 5 p.m. Pacific. Also, 4 p.m. Pacific will be our members-only stream again. So, show up to that, members. I would appreciate it. And, yeah, I hope you all have a great week. And,